Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Krayzie Bone. And if you're looking for your next favorite podcast, stop searching and let Potable do the work for you. Potable is the only podcast listening platform that uses artificial intelligence to recommend podcasts tailored directly to you. Import your favorites automatically and instantly discover countless options. Download Potable in the iOS App Store or visit potable.co to access a world of discovery. That's Potable. P-O-D-I-B-L-E. Potable.
Ain't no telling what we can get into after hours.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Krayzie Bone.
Yeah, you know I am the California bum Keef G.
And welcome back to the Quick Fix After Hours. We in the building once again.
A little bit after hours, you know.
A little after hours, man. We've been up late, real late working, man. Trying to keep it going for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got some good conversation as usual.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
man.
we thank y'all for joining us and subscribing.
Oh, yeah, man. And tell a friend, too, no matter where you at. Always tell your partners about this. Tell them, hey, man, when you hang out the after hours with the Quick Fix a little bit, you know, go and subscribe like this here. And watch us on the Spotify, wherever else you watch your podcast networks.
Yes, sir. It's going down, man. Y'all don't forget, July 20th.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that single, Assassin. Will be available on iTunes. It's going down. Followed by the Quick Fix Music to Medicine EP.
Oh, man, gotta
Coming
have that,
real
man.
soon.
Shouts
And
out to
then-
Eugene the Sound Man on that production, right?
Oh, yeah. Shout out Eugene, Abaddon.
Right.
Also, coming along with that Strands of Legend 420 vape pen. I also have an EP coming out with that as well, Strands of Legend.
It's gonna be monster.
4-song EP coming out with that after everything is said and done. So, yo, we got a lot of stuff coming, you know what I'm saying? So, make sure y'all stay tuned in, dialed up.
Man, stay tuned to that. I know we went over. You just mentioned the pen real quick, but you know, Bone ain't did one before, and to be associated with a pen like this pen right here is gonna be the strongest one. It's gonna be the heaviest one that you done hit real quick. You know, so look out for this. You know, the potency. You know, these dudes don't play around when it comes to they smoking and things like that. So, man, shouts out to 420 Vapors for putting the whole thing down. You know, but Strands of Legend, when you smoking, put them other pens down, man. Like a whole test is over, and pick this one up. G.
Vape with the greats.
Oh, yeah.
Vape with the greats. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. Like I said, we always got some good conversation for y'all. So
yes, sir.
We're going to roll up some of this knowledge and smoke on some of this conversation.
Yeah, you're going to have to pass
And what
that.
it is, so on this episode, what we're going to do, we're going to try to pick it up from where the last one left off. Now, people, we apologize how it cut off last time. I don't know what happened. You know, we working with new technology over here. We trying to learn all this new stuff they keep putting out on us. It's getting tricky, but we got it now.
I think it was the people in the black van. You know, they snuck somebody in.
I think they trying to mess with us over here, y'all.
But it's going down.
They erased some of our show, but it's all right.
Yeah.
We looking out the window for the black van right now, but it's all good. But like I said, we're gonna pick it up where we left off, and this is part 2 of the conversation, the mass media's mass distraction, because like we said on the last episode, this is a very important podcast, and you know, the whole reason of us doing this thing is, you know, we want y'all to start thinking outside of that trick box that they're trying to put us all in.
Yeah.
You know, we need to think outside that box, and the mass media has blinded the eyes and minds of the majority of the population. That's just real. Like all of us.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I want to start off by saying, you know, we really need to get into the habit of investigating things for ourselves, researching things for ourselves, and thinking for ourselves. Not believing everything that we see in the media.
Yeah, man.
Or just because it's on TV or in the social media. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake ourselves up, man. It's almost like a matrix.
Really?
Bruh, it's like a matrix, and we got to start thinking for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's very key in the world we live in today, because there's so much going on, and it's so much related to the deep things like prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta be on point, because you gotta keep up with it, because it's moving so fast, bro.
Yeah.
It's moving so fast, you know, and it's like I tell people, you know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, this issue has to do with everybody. And when it's all said and done, nobody else can save your life but you. You know what I'm saying? God made sure He put that responsibility on each and every one of us by saying you're responsible. Each man is responsible for his own soul. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you say that like that too, Leatherface, because I was just a great pastor that just brought that. I don't even say no pastor. The Holy Lord Spirit is the one to do all the talking. But what he did was illuminated that same kind of thing of what you're saying. Even for some people, even they say this Christian or whichever that person, and that's all good. Christian was called Christians in Antioch. They was just doing Christ-like things, and so that's cool. So I think everybody that love to do things like Christ should be one, whatever. But forget a title; it's not about that. But what I'm saying is, what he brought to the thing was what God did was He didn't exclude His invitation to nobody. He didn't say because you're a bad man, because you're this man or that. He actually came, saved the whole world, and put that out there.
Yeah.
If you already accept me and accept my invitation now. It's like a RSVP, you know what I'm saying, to a wedding or a big party or whatever it is. Like, it is in your hand. I put my forgiveness, I put that out there once I had my son die. And this is for everybody that has accepted Him, to accept me.
Yeah, exactly.
This is for you. And this is for anybody. So right. I dig what you're saying. Just to, you know what I'm saying, illustrate a little bit more. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
That,
basically, you know, he's saying, like, you know, I'm telling y'all what to do. It's in your hands. You can save your life.
Because I don't want robots.
You know right. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you know, he basically telling us, if you want to make it out this world in one piece, fully intact with your whole soul and integrity and, you know, and everything intact, like your morals and everything, you know, you got to put in the work, man. It don't come easy because we know who controls this world. Other people can pray for you all the time, for every day if they want to, but you the one that got to do the work.
You do have to make the decision.
That effort. Make the effort. Now, I know we just said sounds way easier said than done because we've been getting programmed ever since we came out of our mother's wombs. We've been getting programmed from that stage, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to pull ourselves out of a routine that's basically your life.
And that's fair to say.
But why you think it's hard for people to wake up and get out of it? Kind of a matrix if you think about it. But it is a matrix.
It is. I think it is because once you embed, no matter what you embed into a person, they're going to look at something that's normal if they go out and they see their family doing these normal things that look like to them, and this is what's happening in their household, and this is their way of life. You know, same thing as a dude that step off the porch. If his pops in him is, you know, gamblers, 9 times 10, he may become one of them dudes. That's what he get used to getting in that dice game. If he come up the porch, they bloods or crips or whatever, gangbangers, he may fall into that lifestyle. So what's embedded into you? These are the way we live here.
Exactly. And another reason is because we have become addicted to it, bro. It's like, and we all know how real, you know, an addiction is.
Yeah.
It's been said that the addiction to social media and media is likened to cocaine addiction.
For real?
No lie.
Damn.
It's likened to cocaine addiction.
Look, how much the media costs.
But that's why though. It's worse because it's free.
Yeah, on the real now. I know
you don't have to leave, and you don't have to leave your house to get it,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and that's no lie. So, and as I've done the research, you know what I'm saying, I found that the mass media addiction has been going on for quite some time now, decades, and it's only getting worse with time. And the internet and the social media, you know, it's giving it a crazy boost.
You know, to some people, it's their friend. They're not even saying it as funny. Some people gonna get off work, not get with their partner, not no human being or nothing. They gonna go. They gonna look forward to getting to the computer.
Real talk.
In fact, they're gonna be at work sneaking. They gonna do their little work on the computer, but they sneaking, getting on that thing too. And they gonna get in the car. All the cars made with the thing now. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they got a little laptop in the
That's crazy.
in all the
though.
fresh new cars. You know what I'm saying?
So like we said last week, or on the last episode, like we said, the mass media definitely controls society, the world. The world basically, they control how we think, form how we think, program us, do everything. But think about it, you know, it's definitely an addiction because most people in this modern tech world today that we live in, most people can't stop cold turkey on social media. It's like a drug you can't resist.
Oh, nah, man. You not going to see that.
With your phones and like, bro.
You ask a teen to do that alone. A teen would rather stay in the house for 2 weeks or whatever, or not drive a car versus take this away.
Bro, people done fell inside manholes and walked off cliffs so zoned in their phone.
Yeah, I seen the rock falling in the thing in the mall.
Bro, fell inside a water fountain.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was dope.
That gone. I'll walk into a glass door before, bro. But like in the phone though. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's crazy.
Right.
And then you know what I'm saying, it's like a drug you can't resist, and then like even when you try to break away from it, you may be able to go a week, maybe 2. I did this before. And then and then you start telling yourself, oh man, look, see, I could do it. And then you start to feel like a little different, a little relieved.
Yep.
And then it take one little thing to happen, you back on that. Something suck you right back in, and then you got to go through your withdrawals all over again, trying to get back out of it. It's just over, bro. You never get over it.
Hey, dog, you know what? I'm glad you say that too, because the pastor was just saying something like that too. It was just like how whatever habit that is that you always want to try to get over with or kick, it's never gonna happen without God, because if you try to do it, it never. When I try and stop something, it ain't cracking like that. You may stop for a little bit of period of time, but after a while, it can't. It's always gonna come back.
Exactly.
He gotta only combinating like, hey, help me with this thing, man. I got this problem. Do you like that? Then you can do that, because then he gonna like start helping you with it, and then before you know it, you don't even want that no more. G.
So you see, the point is, it is literally a constant fight against being distracted. Every corner, every block, every alley, every project, every ghetto,
every Martin Luther King Boulevard,
everywhere you go, they're organized very, very well. I might say,
yeah,
very, very well. Bro, this kind of power and this kind of structure does not come from man alone. I can tell you that.
No.
It does not come.
Tell them what we up
from
against,
man alone,
Leatherface.
Bro. They know what we up against. It's just so.
Talk about that spiritual wickedness in the high places. Like you was telling.
It's just so logical, and like I said, you know, it's literally a constant fight. You know, like being distracted, and you know, it is, man. Now, when I was doing the research, I seen a quote from this dude. He wrote an article online. A quote from this dude named Bruce Charlton. And he said the worst problem is that by consuming a lot of the mass media for a lot of our lives, we are entrained to its cognitive mode. That mode becomes habitual, normal, and eventually unavoidable. Ultimately, we cannot think otherwise, but only in the way the mass media thinks.
Oh, that's a correct statement, man.
So, bro, they control the way we think. Then it says the mass media is a language that imposes exclusions, has rules. The exclusions include all objectivity, such that everything is a matter of opinion, a personal point of view, and the rules are those of emotions, attention, excitement, interest, boredom, happy, and sadness. But so then it says the bottom line is, again, people, we are being trained to think and reason the way the mass media thinks and reasons, not on our own.
Yeah.
Or better yet, not on our own, or better yet, without the help of God.
Hey.
This is the whole plan. See, y'all don't get it. The whole plan is to keep you in dark about God. That is the plot.
Right.
That is the plot. When you peel all the layers off and you see
strip it.
Why all this is going on, is to keep you in the dark about God. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's why it's this deep. That's why it's this organized.
Can I say this to Leatherface? You got me thinking like this too. That's why they mass media too. That's why they'll have their own precipitation of God. They'll like to let out there to people, or you know what I'm saying, build the most stuff to people and make it seem like he this terrible dude waiting to just judge you and cut your head off if you make a move left or right, if you don't do this for me or don't do that. And they never present him as what once we find out who he is, we're like, man, he loved me. Exactly. What you talking about? It's the total opposite of what you told me, or what you tried to have it to be illustrated as and painted as, like somebody who just don't understand that I done spilled some tea on the thing or some coffee, and they want a parent that want to whoop you and beat your ass for that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's just, and that's
and he ain't that,
and that's exactly why we do this show. Like we always take time out to tell y'all about why we do this show, because it ain't you're not gonna hear it from nobody else. Everybody else too caught up in they situations. They really don't care. I
think so, and the fact that it's just like New Year's Eve to a lot of people every day. They put that spirit and attitude out there too, along with telling us to chase and get money so much that they want us to be thinking it's New Year's Eve every day, so that we is just really just turned way up, so that we are missing some of these things too. If we partying so hard and really striving for success and going just towards that, and that's what's consuming our time every day, our minds definitely ain't on nothing like this. And matter of fact, we'll look down on people whose mind is, man, get all that out of here, man. Nobody thinking about that. You see what no disrespect to none of these rappers, but whatever it was, Slim Thug or the Young Thug dude, when they asked him about how he felt about when the police was killing people a while ago, you know what I'm saying, and his reaction was, man, we ain't on that, we get money. You know what I'm saying? This society teaches you, and this mass media teaches us, get money, be disrespectful, do this, and or however it is, whatever these commercials got, this subtle approach, then it becomes something else. And man,
there you go. Yeah, man. So now since we on this talking about the addiction, because it's really real.
Yeah.
And a lot of y'all might not know this, and a lot of y'all do, and maybe y'all to stop and think, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a trap, man. I'm telling you. I wouldn't be look, if it was really nothing, I wouldn't take time out of my day to like to sit down and talk to y'all and tell y'all this, for real. So it was another article that I researched, you know what I'm saying, written by a guy named Mark Schaefer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty basic. And I looked at a lot of different, authors and done a lot of research, and it basically all says pretty much the same thing. And like I said, when I weigh it against other knowledge that I know, it all comes together and it makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this social media addiction. The article says, yes, you can become addicted to social media. It says, for most people, social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter are harmless platforms that allow for social interactions and personal expressions.
Right.
For others, social media has become more than an entertaining form of engagement. It has become an increasing compulsion. The question is, can a person really become addicted to social media? We know that.
Oh yeah, we already know that one, yeah.
We know that, for real, because I think the majority of people today, when you wake up, you lay there for a minute, decide, is you really about to get up right now? You're like, is it that time, or do I got some more sleep in me?
And the next thing,
and then when you figure that out, you wipe your eyes and you grab that phone.
Dude, that's the first thing.
You grab your phone. That's everybody's morning routine, probably.
Yep.
You wake up and you grab that phone. You check.
Look how out of order
text
that
messages.
Is.
You check your text messages. Then you may check your emails. I ain't even got a voice message no more. I don't even deal with that shit. I don't even deal with that with the voice messages no more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just too much.
And the average person got at least 32 teeth or something like that. They ain't wake up and brush one of those yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brush your teeth, man. Instead of looking all those.
Sometimes we ain't even hollered at our God, told him thank you for keeping me through the night. We done grabbed our telephone, G.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the things that we replace with our modernizations, with our little, what they call these things, these gadgets, or,
Boy, I swear if I could sell them 100 seconds social media, I'd do it.
Like, because and if we know how to bag that up.
100 seconds of social media, I'd sell it to you
because it's right there.
Okay, so check it out. Now it says the science of social media addiction. The University of Chicago recently conducted one study and found social media to be even more addictive than cigarettes and alcohol.
Damn.
Addictions are, after all, about feeding a compelling urge, and one of the greatest human urges is the yearning to feel connected and a part of something larger.
Yeah.
Nothing satisfies this particular urge like logging on and being social with the masses at any hour of the day or night. Desires for social media are difficult to control because of the easy access availability of it. And because giving in to these social urges seems far less harmful than giving in to drugs or nicotine.
Yeah.
And that's real because, but it's actually, the reason it's probably more harmful because you're consuming. Like I said, when it comes to other drugs,
right,
to me, I think alcohol, even though cigarettes are really not a drug, nicotine is a drug to me. So you know what I'm saying? Like, even though, you know what I'm saying?
You can get addicted to them damn things.
You can get, those are the worst ones because they're accessible all the time. You can just walk to the store. Whenever you run out, you go get another pack. You know what I'm saying? You can go get a pack. So you can get it all the time. Alcohol too. You can get it as long as the store open. You can get it all the time.
Yep.
But social media is worse because you ain't even got to get out your bed.
Yeah. That's
ever
real.
To consume social media. You can stay in your bed, get fat and sloppy just on social media all day long, just eating chicken. Nigga, like. Crazy, real talk.
That don't sound too bad. Look what it no. But yeah, that's how I do with the people. They have really, it's taken over everything. It's taken over the whole. So your decisions is made by that. But I think a lot of people use this too to escape because you could be somebody else. If you done pissed off all your other friends you had in life, you can load up your characteristics on here, put your best picture up there, and sometimes it ain't you. You see how they got a whole thing catfish about that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because people like to be somebody else. And they want to be a cooler person than they normally is. They don't want to be themselves. So they go in cyberspace and make a bunch of friends with people that sometimes they never even have to meet. You know?
Yeah. Then it says this. Another interesting finding in the research was the correlation between low self-esteem and social network addiction. Being social online is easier for people who suffer from self-esteem issues. And within this group, an addiction to sites like Facebook and Twitter is much more easily formed. Right. So this is the birth of the trolls. The people who have low self-esteem, and they feel like giants.
Like spit.
When they're they feel like giants when they're on the internet because you know, they hide behind these keyboards. The internet gangsters, basically.
And they can tear down your thing with
low self-esteem.
With words for nothing.
Bruh, it's so crazy. So they become addicted to it because they enjoy that cyber power they have. And it's crazy because I don't even understand how people let people bully them on. Nigga, you click them niggas off.
You just could click it.
Block them. Like, how do you let people bully you online, bro? But I mean, y'all niggas ain't in my face and y'all finna make me cry?
I don't know how it is working. But the people that are addicted to
that's not about to happen.
In their world, and it's weird. Because they do the little girls like that with the bullying. Remember we did a story about the little girls they did before? Not only did they bully the girl to make her cry and all that to go along to take her own life, after she did that, they went back on cyberspace and they went back and they put a picture of a bed and said sleep in this and it's a casket. They put that on their Facebook, G. You know what I'm saying?
This is why we have to teach our kids, man. We have to teach them sensitivity.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, teach them how to be strong and firm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when
balance.
When the time comes. You know what I'm saying? You can be both and be balanced.
Mm-hmm. It's like this lighter I'm holding here right now. You know, this is a dangerous thing, but it's trapped fire. You know what I'm saying? It knows how to just have just a little bit enough to light whatever I need. It ain't no inferno finna come out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Or nothing like that. That's how you need to be with your attitude. Dangerous enough to cause a fire, but I'm not gonna cause no fire when I don't need to.
Real talk, man. So this next part, everybody need to listen up because this is all y'all niggas out there. All y'all. This all y'all.
All y'all.
I'm talking to all y'all, okay? It says address your social media addiction, okay? Everybody raise your hand. Because I know you niggas y'all guilty for listening to the show right now.
Yeah.
It says, are you guilty of checking your Facebook account before you even get out of bed in the morning? We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Do you tweet while on a romantic first date? You niggas, yes you do.
Yeah,
because some people
play the fool.
Because some people like it's kind of like a nervous thing. You need something else to do.
Gotta do something.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, but because I used to do it too. But then I was like, man, you know what? You gotta just be talking to people, man, like you used to. Like just think before you had the phone, you actually had to sit up and talk to people.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Now, you know, people
nigga had to talk to people.
We've gotten out of the. Hey, for you know it, people ain't. Yeah, you ain't gonna be used to sitting up talking to nobody. Like, hey, man, get out my face. I just got here. You know what I'm saying? Go back on the computer and call me on that.
Right, it's real. It says you may think your own social media habits are harmless, but how do you know if you've crossed the line into addiction? It says one way to check yourself is to evaluate your feelings about social media. For instance, when you don't have access to it, say while you're on vacation or at an event such as a wedding, do you feel anxious and can think of little besides what you're missing online? Nigga,
dude, that's a deal breaker for some people in these modern eras.
You know, I'm finding things out about myself right now.
He's like, I'm one of them.
Hey, I'm finding something out about myself right now, Joe, because I'm telling you, I'll be at the graduation. Like, if the game is on, son, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then always checking business, see what's going on. But, you know, because you get emails. I mean, well, you know, we get emails all the time with new business coming in.
Won't be able to enjoy no island, basically, is what we're saying to y'all.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on the island, how you supposed to really be out there, like, getting some coconuts and things like that, and some pineapples, and the girls with the hula hoops, things doing that. I'm thinking about my phone. Imagine that.
Exactly.
Imagine that thought process that takes you out of enjoying some beautiful time.
So, bro, I took the kids to the movies last night to go see The Incredibles.
Was it dope?
Oh yeah, it's dope. It's dope. I took the kids to go see that, and I wasn't on my phone the whole time.
All right.
I stayed off my phone the whole time, probably because I was dozing to it.
Yeah.
Trying to stay up. I was against the ropes. I was up against the ropes.
He just got you.
But but when we got up to leave, I got outside and I noticed I didn't have my phone. I'm like, oh, my phone.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like, bro, I was in hell for a quick 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was like, where's my pistol? Where's my phone?
Until I got that phone back in my pocket, it felt like I took a hit of my dope.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
My attitude a little bit better now.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, I'm sorry I slapped you.
You know what? We is going to get pizza after all. You need to shut all that down. I'm sorry. Water.
I'm sorry I put a lien on everybody's allowance.
We going to get ice cream still? No, we get no ice
cream. Yeah, man. But, yeah, man. Hey, but that's real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Then it says, about my phone.
Then it says, would it be an accurate statement to say that social media brings you to the most pleasure in your life? Wow. If you answered yes to these questions, then you're a sick bastard. No, that's not what it says. It says, then it might be time to adjust your relationship with social media. Maybe y'all sleeping together a little too much, okay?
Yeah, man. Because a lot of people,
need to quit her.
They waking up because they like to see if they posted something or whatever. I want to see this what they respond. How many people done like me? You know what I'm saying? That's they waves. Yeah. Hell, they waving it on now. People they ain't poking them. They just waving. I'm like, what they do? I didn't even know what that is. I still don't really.
What?
When they just wave at you. I'm saying, I'm waving. This one's waving at you. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
bro.
y'all
So
niggas doing?
it's real, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn. We got to look at our relationship. You know, I might have to break up with this bitch.
Yeah, because it can't get like that.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna be able to break up with her. I just might see her from time to time.
Actually, you is a junkie of it, because as I'm looking around, you've always had computer stuff, but you've been on your stuff too. You be handling business with it, but you still be on. You be on social media, but that what if it's a part of your business?
Oh damn! I'm like social media
Cause I'm on it too, man. A little bit. I'm trying to think I might have a little
sorry.
needle in my arm too.
Damn. Hey, we both said damn.
But it's the way of this world, man. I think.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, look. Then the paragraph got the. Then the article got the nerve to go here and say, "Don't be a victim."
Ain't no way not to.
But hold
be.
on. So let's read this part. Don't be a victim. I think it's a little too late, but here it is. It said, one of the best things you can do to rein in your addiction is to keep track of exactly how much time you spend on sites like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, that's real.
It's a good idea to schedule your media time and stick to that schedule no matter what. Close down your web browsers and remove desktop smartphone applications like TweetDeck that could potentially tempt you. I don't know what the hell TweetDeck is.
Me neither.
I never heard of that one. But it says use a good old fashioned alarm clock so that your cell phone doesn't linger by your bedside.
That's true.
And keep you from precious hours of sleep. Bro, I ain't gonna even lie, 'cause sometimes you know you need to go to sleep, but you can't put that phone down.
You can't put it down.
Oh my God!
I ain't trying to be nasty or
Damn.
nothing, y'all, but I done sat on the toilet before a little longer than I should have with the phone, because it was I got to tell them real quick.
Hear that shit up in
I
there.
done sat on there and sitting on there scrolling through a little longer than I should have because I ain't got up yet. I should have been got up. And don't do that too, guys, because it'll promote hemorrhoids or something like that. You know, if you sit there too long. But I'm sitting down there and I should have been got up. You know what I'm saying? My legs was almost asleep. Messing with the Facebook and looking at other things, you know, shit.
So basically, people, you have to be your own gatekeeper and make sure you're getting your important tasks accomplished every day. Tasks that usually that actually grows your business, and they can help your business, and they can do that. Now, for people that's on Twitter or Twitter and those kind of sites that ain't promoting no business, y'all niggas just junkies for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
You niggas is just getting high, ain't got no job, ain't got no teeth in your mouth.
Ain't no teeth.
Ain't took a shower, you niggas stank. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas need to get off of it.
Yeah.
And go get a job. Okay?
Or do something.
Or go to rehab.
Blankets.
Go to social media rehab. Go to social media rehab and get yourself together, okay?
Even doing outside activities is cool. Fly a kite. When last time you seen a nigga with a kite? You know what I'm saying?
It says, okay, so listen, on the plus side, this is what it says. The flip side of social media addiction is that it can have a positive effect on your marketing strategies once you know exactly how your own customer use social sites. Study your market, and familiarize yourself with what kind of content your audience tends to favor,
right,
and how that content is generally shared. Most importantly, always acknowledge and abide by social media's golden rule. Never sell to your market. Instead, engage with them and serve them value, making sure to always be upfront and transparent all the time. Okay, so and then the last one, it says it's okay to be antisocial sometimes, okay? You ain't got to be the nigga, the life of the party all the damn time.
Not all the time.
I don't even want to be that none of the time. No, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get drunk, I go in. But it
is a lot of pressure.
Most of the times, I like to move under the radar, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to sneak up on, hey, I'm here, nigga. I saw you.
Yeah.
You talking shit about me, wasn't you?
Yeah, all in the pocket.
No, but then it says there is no doubt that social media will continue to shape the way we live and conduct our business online. In the midst of this, it is wise to remember that a little goes a long way, and sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. If it weren't for my socially pumped iPhone, complete with a Pinterest app, Facebook app, and Twitter app, I don't know how I would survive. doctors' waiting rooms and long lines at the grocery store. They do have there. I tell you that, boy.
Yeah, they sure do.
Damn, they getting us everywhere.
Y'all remember when the cell phone first started with that though too?
You can't even stand in the line.
Remember the Nokia one? It just had the game like this, the and the snake. That was all you had to keep you company while you was bored.
That's crazy, man.
They upgrade. They you know what? They upped our doses every year, and they still doing it. Because with the iPhone 10 or whatever phone come out, you're gonna get a little bit more heavier dose to keep you addicted. Because the phones, remember, cell phone first used to just ring and didn't even have a number of who was calling you.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? You just got a phone and you can dial, and that's that. The pagers too. You had a pager. First one had a beeper, and it just when it beep, you know, hey, I'm the only one that calling you. Ain't nobody else calling you. You know what I'm saying? You call us an office network, and then they do all that kind of thing. They gradually kept putting more information on a handheld device so that we have our information faster and faster, and they be able to give it to us. That's why with all them damn sweepstakes, like when you see that cat like in the mall, and they say, hey, write all this stuff down, or when the stuff come in the mail like that, and you done wrote all that down in the sweepstakes, but gave them all the stuff you like. Do you like starch? Do you like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
all the information been given, so it's all recorded. That's why this computer or your telephone, if you sit up long enough, it's going to tailor make stuff to your accordance. Yeah,
and bro, so and everybody, you know, on a serious note, you know, I know we've been making a lot of jokes about it, you know, but it is something serious, you know what I'm saying? And before we get into the next part of this conversation about the social media, I just want everybody to ask yourself this question. What is the longest you have gone without tweeting or checking your Facebook news feed or your Twitter or any other social media? And, you know, just think about your answer. You know what I'm saying? And just think about, do I really have to be on this shit? Like, because think about, most times, 9 times out of 10, when you get on there, people ain't really saying really shit. The majority of times. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, getting into the other part, well, the last and final part of this whole, the mass media, mass distraction topic. It's been a real good one, man. It's, you know, I've hope we've educated y'all, and I know I educated myself.
Oh yeah, I learned some things too, G.
I know I definitely have. You know what I'm saying?
And it inspires me to keep up more.
I learned some things, and I researched these articles, and I didn't realize some of the things until we said it out loud on the show. So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I missed some of it when I was doing the research, but I caught it just talking about it.
Yeah.
But so the next part of this thing, and the final part is I'm going to talk to y'all about 7 things about the mainstream media they don't want you to know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's some things, you know what I'm saying? And I know we always say, you know, like a lot of people don't know about these things, but it is a growing number of people that's waking up and starting to, you know, reject the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Not believing, you know, it's a lot of people is beginning to recognize that the mainstream media is a mouthpiece of the establishment.
Yes, sir.
And that is promoting the agenda
of the establishment. And we know what the establishment is. The establishment is the government. We already know that. We talked about that in the first one with CIA, on Google and all that stuff, you know. And we only call it establishment because it is established.
And this establishment, like we said earlier, has been firmly established for hundreds of years now. And, you know, and they have attained this massive power over us because we were too distracted by their distractions to notice what the hell was going on. So now, although they're few and the people are much, much greater in number than the government, they still have the upper hand. They still have the upper hand because the propaganda they promote keeps everybody in fear.
Yeah. They implicated a perfect system to do this kind of thing, you know. Patriotism is one of the things that helped them with this kind of thing. You know, they really got a lot of these, like the people that say apple pie, red-blooded American type thing, they really got them ones particularly gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they really believing in, like, you know, a whole lot of just things, and this is a crooked. They never even stopped long enough. I'm telling you how we talked about even with the genes of the women or nothing. Like, you know, like for instance, if I could vote and they tell me my wife Tracy can't vote, and I'm only able to vote because I'm a man, I'd be like, hey dog, why are we doing that type of shit to these women like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of y'all feel like that kind of way as being that type of person too. So that's what, it's a trip that they never even thought about it like that. You know, they never even looked up and said, how can I follow a country? I said, not just a man free, everything's supposed to be free. Every man and a woman's supposed to be free. She's not supposed to not have, she can't work. They're going to pay. In fact, to this day, and it's just a little bit off differently, but the same system has women getting paid less than men in the field. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's still crooked in itself. So how do you follow an established government like that? They never woke up and said, hey, this is wrong, G. They just go along because it suits them and the agenda, that the spell that they under. They think that's the best system. That's unfair. And nobody blew no whistle about it. And you got all these men who like that establishment because that's what you're saying. It promotes power. And this power, they have something against you too. You know what I'm saying? This world was made, not the world, but the way that they made America and they running this thing was from white Anglo-Saxons. And they had it intended just for them and nobody. Everybody else was going to be a subservient. Women too.
Definitely. Bruh,
and they still run the media.
Exactly. And it's deep. You know, we talked about that in the earlier episode. But we're going to get into, you know, like these things that they don't want to know. I mean, we mentioned some of them, and some of the stuff like we knew. You know, it's just confirmation. So, you know, it says number one, the mainstream media has very deep ties to the establishment, which is the government. Did you know that the president of CBS and the president of ABC both have brothers that were top officials in the Obama administration? The big news networks have developed an almost incestuous relationship with the federal government in recent years. But of course, the same could be said of the relationships that the media has with the big corporations that own stock in their parent companies and that advertise on the networks. This is one of the reasons why we very rarely see any hard-hitting stories on the big networks anymore. The flow of information through the corporate-dominated media is very tightly controlled, and there are a lot of gatekeepers that make sure that the wrong stories don't get put out to the public.
Damn right.
As a result, many of the big stories that have come out in recent years were originally broken by the alternative media, which is, and just to explain what the alternative media is what we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. All the media that comes out on social media. See, these big news companies like CBS and CNN, they hate the fact that they can't control what comes out on the internet.
Yeah, podcasts, Ustreams, whatever it is.
Yeah, so everybody comes and set up their little local news things and like bringing you what falls through the cracks up there.
Yeah, that ain't controlled.
Right. So they and they don't like that. I read a few places that Obama really didn't. He really was not a fan of the social media, the whole news and all that stuff on there. He didn't BuzzFeed and all that stuff. He hated it. All that stuff.
Dang.
Because it's like it takes the power. Like they can't control what comes out.
They can't doctor it up first, man. Right, they can't doctor up the story. That's what they want to do.
People out here with these cell phone cameras catching these police and all this, catching people. That's really like messing up their whole program.
Dude, they still have a rippling effect from the first one, and they caught Rodney King when that cell phone footage was caught. You know, because it's still a rippling effect from there. That's what really exploded the social media thing right there. Because they know you was like even though they act like they weren't looking at it when they did the judgment, when the hammer came down, but it was in our face now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody showed you news. Now imagine this. Imagine if they was able to get their hands on that news before that man put that camera thing out, you know? Yeah. Those kind of situations. So, you know what? It actually should be illegal for people to even invest into the news like that. If you're a major multi-company and have stock in the parent company, because that means you can shut them down at any time. It ain't getting out there. I'm cut the whole network. Because with a parent company, like Viacom or something like that, you know, it gets at MTV or whatever, one of the lower ones that's under the umbrella. Cut that off.
Yeah, bro. It's real.
Or I'm cutting the whole network down. Cut it off. I'm the parent company. That means I got the snaps.
Real talk.
You're a subsidiary.
Moving on to number 2. The mainstream media gets things wrong very frequently. Yeah, we know that. I mean, that ain't really no.
I think it's sort of a ploy to do that too, just to keep it so people can say they're always, because if they're always selling the truth, you know what I'm saying, they can't lie and hide nothing.
But I think it's done purposely, though.
That's what I'm saying. It is. Yeah, you can't lie and hide.
And this is what it says. It says, even prominent members of the mainstream media admit that this is the case. For example, during a recent speech at Quinnipiac University, CBS anchor Scott Pelley confessed that journalists in the mainstream media are getting big stories wrong over and over again. Yeah, so, I mean, that's nothing new. We're going to move to number 3. The American public does not consider the media to be very trustworthy. No, we don't. We ain't really, we've really not been believing what they say like for years.
Yeah, the older generation maybe used to.
Yeah,
this younger millenniums, as we talking about, they definitely don't.
I mean, but I'm just saying. But me as a black person, never.
Oh yeah, we seen in the news and the weather.
Because I always figured before I even knew any of this, when I just used to sit back and look and watch TV. Even when I was younger, I was just like, how do we know they like this ain't a movie? Bruh, I used to sit up and be like that. I was like, how do we know the news is not a movie? And they making like each one of these up like little movies and showing us. Like, no lie.
That's real. You were thinking as a kid on something.
On a kid, I was thinking crazy as hell like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because I was crazy.
I knew they wasn't telling the truth. That's why I paid no attention to I didn't pay attention to. I watched the other stuff on the TV. A lot of the shows. I didn't watch those guys. I knew they was on something anyway. But they just been some weird people, man. They put these people in front of our face, and we do get used to them and used to them telling the truth, and they're wrong about everything.
But listen, it says trust in the mainstream media has definitely been slipping. In fact, a Gallup poll taken last year found that distrust in the media had reached an all-time high. According to that poll, 60% of Americans have little or no trust that the media is reporting the news accurately. A second Rasmussen reports found that only 6% of Americans consider the news media to be very trustworthy.
Yeah, 6%.
So drop from 6%, bro.
Damn.
Hopefully this trend will accelerate and a lot more people will stop trusting the media blindly, because that's when that's why ain't nobody waking up, man.
It does steer you down the wrong place. It'll have you scared. For instance, we know when the foreigners used to first come over here and stuff like that, like in the 90s or early 90s, you see a lot more Asians would come here, and if you ever would walk across crosswalks in California or wherever, you'd hear the door go click. I always be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But I realized that I had an Asian partner. They showed the stuff that they showed them on the news about the black people. Hell, I lock my door when I see one too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They show them nothing but the horrible things of, you know what I'm saying? That's media propaganda. So when they get here, they looking at it like, man,
Yeah.
And that's on the real. They've been already, you've been tainted on somebody already. And that's what news does. It wants to give you your own opinion about something you don't even, before you get your own opinion on it, they want to give you your opinion on it, is what I'm saying. That's why with even, as we said, with soldiers and different stuff, they want to, if they say that we just killed 200,000 people, a human being's gonna say, man, that's insensitive. I don't give a damn where they was. That's a person. Mm-hmm. That's why they use multimedia words and say insurgents or a guerrilla or what, like in the 80s they called the fighters guerrillas. You know what I'm saying? Then they called them insurgents. They called them Charlie out there when they was in Vietnam. Never a human being to associate that with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if they make them human, it makes it. They can't do dirt to them. You can't go bomb a human being's village. You know what I'm saying? You can bomb some guerrillas or some insurgents. We've been bombed 200,000 insurgents. I used to say, what the hell is an insurgent?
Real talk. Number 4, the mainstream media and the politicians that they worship hate the fact that they cannot control
internet news sites. We just talked about. In the old days, the mainstream media had a virtual monopoly on the news, but these days, anyone with an internet connection can put up a news site. And this is driving the establishment absolutely bonkers. For example, Barack Obama is known to have a great dislike for the alternative media. And we talked about that. So,
and I wonder why he didn't like that too.
Bruh,
he should have been liking that,
bruh. But it's exposing what they doing. Who? Come on, man. He part of what they doing, bruh. They all together, Joe. They all part of that same gang.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what people were thinking about. He was gonna step outside and do something different. They all part of the same gang, Jack.
Yeah, I knew actually.
And it's all a show. They act like they fighting, but they all going down together.
Yeah.
They gonna fight together too. Trust me.
In the same spot.
For
They got
real.
the same agenda, you know. I knew he wasn't too much. No, I'm just happy to see him there as a.
What's that? I think I heard that black van pull up. I heard some screeching outside. Might be that van. I don't know about this. Come on, man. We got to hurry and get through this. Okay, number 5, y'all. Number 5. The mainstream media is extremely liberal.
Damn.
We knew this. It says when it comes to politics, the mainstream media is far more liberal than the general population is. For example, one survey found that 41% of American voters believe that the average reporter is more liberal than they are, while only 18% believe that the average reporter is more conservative than they are. And that's all bullshit to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because
give a damn.
We
don't even give a damn. You know
what they even take that poll for?
Really. Moving to number 6.
Man.
Six mammoth media corporations produce about 90% of the media that Americans consume. Now, this is very educational because y'all, a lot of people might not know this. A lot of people might not even give a damn, but
I know that
information. There's 6 major corporations that control everything.
Mm-hmm.
It says, as I mentioned at the top of this article, there are 6 giant media behemoths that control almost all of the media that we consume. These corporation giants own television networks, cable channels, movie studios, newspapers, magazines, publishing houses, video game makers, music labels, and even many of our favorite websites. We talked about this in the first episode. So, these are the companies. These are the 6 companies, and this is what they own. Keep up. Time Warner.
Mm-hmm.
They own CNN, Home Box Office, that's HBO, Time Inc., Turner Broadcasting System Inc., Warner Brothers Inc., Entertainment Inc., Cartoon Network, TMZ, New Line Cinema, Time Warner Cable, Cinemax, Cartoon Network, TBS, TNT, American Online, MapQuest, Movie Phone, Castle Rock, Sports Illustrated, Fortune, Marie Claire, DC Comics, People Magazine.
Damn.
Next one is Walt Disney. Now, they the giants. They the giants, bro. No. They the giants, too. No, but they own ABC Television Network, Disney Publishing, ESPN Inc., Disney Channel, The History Channel, SoapNet, A&E, Lifetime, Bona Vista, Home Entertainment, Bona Vista Theatrical Productions, Bona Vista Records, Disney Records, Hollywood Records, Miramax Film, Touchstone Pictures, Walt Disney Pictures, Pixar Animation Studios, 277 radio stations, Bona Vista Games, Hyperion Books. That's Disney. Viacom. Viacom owns Paramount Pictures, Paramount Home Entertainment, Black Entertainment Television, that's BET, Comedy Central, Country Music Television, that's CMT, Logo, MTV, MTV Canada, MTV2, Nick Magazine, Nick at Night, Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, Noggin, Spike TV, The Movie Channel, TV Land, VH1. That's Viacom. Next is News Corporation. Data giants, News Corporation. They own Dow Jones and Company Inc., Fox Television Stations, the New York Post, TV Guide, Fox Searchlight Pictures, Belief Net, Fox Business Network, Fox Kids Europe, Fox News Channel, Fox Sports Net, Fox Television Network, FX, My Network TV, MySpace. Damn, they still around?
Mm-hmm.
News Limit News, Phoenix Info News Channel, Phoenix Movie Channel, Sky Perfect TV, Speed Channel, Star TV India, Star TV Taiwan, Star World, Times Higher Education Supplement magazines, Times Literary Supplement magazines, Times of London, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, 20th Century Fox International, 20th Century Fox Studios, 20th Century Fox Television, B Sky B, Direct TV, The Wall Street Journal, Fox Broadcasting Company, Fox Interactive Media, Foxtel, HarperCollins Publishing, the National Geographic Channel, National Rugby League, News Interactive, News Outdoor, Radio Veronica, Reagan Books, Sky Italia, Sky Radio Denmark, Sky Radio Germany, Sky Radio Netherlands, Star Zondervan. Next one is number 5 is CBS Corporation. They own CBS News, CBS Sports, CBS Television Network, CNET, Showtime, TV.com, CBS Radio Inc. has 130 stations, CBS Consumer Products, CBS Outdoors, CBS Network, 50% ownership, Infinity Broadcasting, Simon & Schuster, Pocketbook Scribner, Westwood One Radio Network. That's what they own. They got the short end of the stick.
NBC ain't even make the charts?
Yeah. Comcast. That's who they got. NBC, Bravo, CNBC, NBC News, MSNBC, NBC Sports, NBC Television Network, Oxygen, Sci-Fi Magazine, Sci-Fi Channel, Telemundo, USO Network, Weather Channel, Focus Features, NBC Universal Television Distribution, NBC Universal Television Studio, Paxson Communication, Hulu, Universal Parks and Resorts, Universal Pictures, and Universal Studios Home Video. So that's everything they own. You know, that's the powers.
That's everything.
That's where all the power is held.
We peak.
6 companies.
Every time we peak at something, they controlling it. So it's only 6 of them, you know?
Yeah.
That's so they sitting up meeting, they talking, the agenda comes from somebody else, so I can see how this kind of thing is being played out too. This is some diabolical shit.
Diabolical. You know what I'm saying? So going to the last and final thing that they don't want us to know about mainstream media, number 7 is, and we talked about this, it's perfect that it all comes down to this. Number 7 is the American people are absolutely addicted to the mainstream media. And it says, in a previous article about the media, it noted that the average American watches 153 hours of television a month.
Dang.
When you allow that much information to be downloaded into your brain, it is going to have a dramatic impact on how you think. Americans are more connected than they ever have been before. This is especially true of our kids. They are constantly on one sort of electronic device or another.
Yeah.
The following is a brief excerpt from a recent article. It says, the Los Angeles Times report, if that Los Angeles Times report is true, that means that our young people are spending more than 200 hours a month connected to the media.
Damn.
But we are only awake for about 480 hours a month. When it comes to influencing the American people, nobody has more power than the big media companies do. And until we break these sick addictions to mainstream media and get people back to start thinking for themselves,
yeah, man,
we will never see widespread change in our society. As long as people are being programmed by the mainstream media, they will continue to express the opinions, attitudes, and beliefs that have been downloaded into their minds. And this is absolutely true, y'all. And this is the main reason we had this whole conversation. I felt, when I learned more about it, I felt, it was important to get out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas need to wake up, man, for real. We've been telling y'all this for years. It's the proof, everything is there, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just about music, you know what I'm saying? It's about making it up out of here, man.
It almost the information they give you, it almost gets you in the mood, and they want to get you to the mood to not, like you saying, not think for yourself, not make no choice for yourself, and that's
Real
for
talk.
a human being, for the brain that God gave us. You got to see where this stuff come from, man. The VCR and everything, or the whatever it is that you have in your mind, it's all the computer is inspired by the mind. This mind is limitless. It's supposed to be thinking outside of a box. You don't supposed to just think something's offered in 3 colors and just be satisfied with that. You know what I'm saying? Your eye retina is able to, see other colors and be able to see that with light. So you ain't limited to even colors and things too. You can do other things. Somebody's not supposed to tell you what to do, and you get used to it. We done got used to people telling us we need this or we need that to be even happy. Some of us, if we look around, even if we take it slow and say, "Hey, man, I got a refrigerator full of food. I got this and that. My loved ones around, and this and that." You'll measure your happiness differently. But because of society and this mainstream media tells us we're not happy unless this and that's in our life, we're still mad at the stuff we got and not appreciating because we reaching for stuff we don't even need because they told us we need that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's what we said at the beginning of the show. Y'all just think for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Research for yourselves. Don't let nobody, don't believe everything you read or hear from other people. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be their opinion. You need to do your own research to get what you need to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And don't sell yourself short and let somebody else, you know what I'm saying, switch up your path. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, we thank y'all for joining us on another episode. Y'all make sure y'all join us on the next one, where we will have another potent conversation to smoke on. So y'all better join us, man.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? This is Krayzie Bone.
I am the Bum Keef G.
And you've been listening to the Quick Fix After Hours, man. See y'all next time.
Hey, bartender, man, hit us off real quick. Man.
One more.
You know what I'm saying?